Are you wanting to make your life a little bit more enjoyable? Well, today I'm going to share an approach on this. And if you stay until the end, I have an extra special point for you then as well. Now, I just wanted to mention that I'm opening up an opportunity for three people to work with me in a coaching capacity. So if you're looking for one-to-one that support in starting a business or in your business, then just click the link below. And also I'll mention a little bit more about this later in the show as well. So for me, talking about this subject, creating more of an enjoyable life, I've I've lost a lot of energy sometimes when I've done things that didn't feel so good, like when it was enjoyable, and I've got a lot of energy from things that made me feel good, right? Now that sounds like common sense. Yeah, that makes sense, Johnny. That's everyone. You state the obvious. Well, I wanted to kind of go a little bit more into that message. Now, for me, it's been things like certain, like when I've had certain jobs and I thought about the work I had to do, and it was boring, it was dull, it was hard. It just exhausted me and left me drained. There's also things, and when I was going through, I remember particularly like, oh, maybe about 5 years ago now, I was going through quite a hard, challenging career time. And I remember going to the park and doing my creative writing at lunchtime, and I loved it, and I got excited, and I was present, and my energy rose up again. And I started to notice this even more recently when I've been trying to add more writing into my days, and it's increasing my energy as a result. And there's certain things I'm noticing in my life that kind of drain me and then give me more energy as well. And I just had a conversation with a podcast guest, and the episode will be out in a few weeks. And it was an awesome conversation, as it usually is with my podcast guests. And she was talking about listening to your body rather than listening to your mind sometimes, because your mind gets very logical and say you should do this, this, and this, but it doesn't always light you fully up, right? Like you should go to, do this education, get that job, whatever. And that's, sometimes the mind coming in. The mind keeps you safe, keeps you stable, takes on a lot of like beliefs of what other people have said. Yet there's a part of, if you listen to the body and how it's feeling, it will tell you what it really wants and what it really likes. And I thought that was a really powerful message. So that's what I wanted to touch a little bit on today. Now, I want to ask you, how does it help you just adding in, going on repeat, constant stuff that's boring that you don't enjoy? Well, if you're anything like me, it didn't do me any favors. And now and then, if I feel like I'm lacking the energy, I have to add it back in. So let's go into some points for this. So this is because I want you ultimately to create more enjoyable things in your day, therefore more enjoyable life. And that comes from taking note of what's going on in the body and getting energy. So here are 3 points. So the first one, write down in your life like everything you do on a day-to-day basis. Not like every little thing like I got up and showered, but like typically the main activities through your day. Like maybe you got a certain job, maybe there's things within the job, maybe you go to the gym, maybe you do a bit of reading, um, maybe you see certain people, and then just start making notes through your week, what you're doing, like weekdays, weekends, like some of these main things. And then put like a smiley face or sad face, whichever you want, or maybe a tick and a cross for the things that are giving you energy and the things that are draining your energy, because this is just going to start creating more awareness to it. For me, it's things like writing, it's things like podcasting, it's things like just being creative in general, things like running. I absolutely love those kind of things, even though running's hard some days. So start ticking the things that make you feel good, right? So that's just going to create more awareness. The second point step is then start adding more of those things into your day as much as possible, because you want to add in rather than getting to a point saying I'll do the things I enjoy when is always a recipe for disaster, because you may just be constantly chasing like something, you've got busy work going on, and everybody's always busy, right? There's always time for the most important things, though. So start adding in the things that you've ticked or you put a smiley face against, so that are going to give you more energy. And then the third thing, just have a list. Have a list of all the things that make you more energized, that your body, and when you're going through the list, just listen how your body responds. That when you look at them, they make you feel good, and just keep reminding yourself. And that list may change, and that's okay. And you may add to it a little bit. That's absolutely fine. But the more you can remind yourself, the more you can start incorporating things that are giving you energy, and therefore you're going to have a day that lights you up. Now, this is why there's people out there that who are just like so lit up, and then you hear like, oh, I only had a few hours sleep last night, but I'm buzzing, those kind of things. And examples like Tony Robbins, high energy for all his events, because he absolutely loves what he does. He's so driven by it, and he just adds in that constantly. So he's doing these events, he's helping people, he's doing all these things across the world. So start adding in things as much as possible, and then start reading that list every single day. Now, just before I get onto my final point that I wanted to mention, I wanted to touch a little bit on my one-to-one. I've got 3 spots that I'm opening up for business coaching. So if you're in that space of, oh, I'm just too busy to start it, I've not got around to it, and you're doing maybe some of these energy draining things instead, and you need someone to push you along the way, to guide you along the way, well, just click on the link below to find out a little bit more, and we can have a chat. Those are limited spots though, so once they're gone, they're gone. Okay, so what's my bonus point for you? My bonus point for you today is start listening to, as silly as it sounds, like even 5 minutes a day, motivational, inspirational, positive energy things, because the more you do that, the more you're going to feel good. I like listening to motivational videos, like I might listen to a bit of Les Brown or an audio, but that makes me feel good when I'm in the gym, and I get lots of ideas and lots of inspiration as a result. The more you can do that and put that into your brain, the more you're going to feel better and aligned. So that's what I've got for you today. Once again, just a reminder about the one-to-one. There's going to be limited spots, 3 spots. So if you're interested in that, you can book in a call below before I stop and close spaces. So I appreciate you for being here. You're improving other people's lives by being the best you. And remember, you are in control of your own self-esteem and confidence.